Hey, good Saturday evening, everybody, on this very first day of November. Yes, November has arrived, and you're watching 270 weather for the 270 area code and beyond. And I'm Chris Allen. Thanks for tuning in. It's been a bit of a rainy afternoon and evening. It took a while before the rains actually started to fall here in southern Kentucky, but they're falling now, which I'll show you on the radar in just a moment. Well, you can see even the radar behind me and this one over here. I've got two different radars going, and they're both showing a lot of rain. About an hour and a half ago, it's 7 o'clock now, just after 7 p.m. on Saturday evening. I was coming down Interstate 65 from Glasgow and ran into some pretty good rain. I mean, it came down moderately and then it quit for a little bit, but now some fairly decent showers are coming through. And some of you may pick up, say, a half inch of rain on top of what you've received already from previous rain. So that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it shows us that at least we've got one more little system that's coming through tonight and early for your Sunday that is going to be a little damp. But it'll be out of here pretty quickly tomorrow. Not only is this the first day of November, but it's also time to change time. And so, yeah, I posted this morning on social media. I'm hoping that most everybody that needs to see it saw it. And yeah, I made it appear a little humorous. Let me get this out of the way down at the bottom. There we go. Um, you know, time for dark 30. And there I have the sunrise and sunset for today, and then the sunrise and sunset times for tomorrow, Sunday, just to give you kind of an idea of just how much time will change when we set our clocks back 1 hour. And I've already heard from many of you that commented on this graphic. Um, I figured somebody would say something about the expression on my face, but no, it's more about, do we really have to change the time? And then others were like, I thought they passed a law that we didn't have to do that anymore. No, we still have to do it because they have not passed the law yet. It's got to go through Congress. It's got to go through the House. Um, I think it's already passed the House, but it's yet to go through Congress. And then once that's done, then the president has to sign off on it. But none of that has happened yet. I'm like, they act like in Washington that there's other more important things going on than to change the time. I mean, really? This is what you guys are getting paid for to do? Shouldn't this be priority? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm just trying to make a little light of the situation. And I know some people will get upset by that because, well, I don't want to get into it because it's just too much drama. But anyway, they will get to it at some point, and then maybe we won't have to worry about changing time anymore. But in the meantime, you still have to set your clocks back 1 hour before you turn in tonight, unless you want to get up at 2 a.m. tomorrow when the official time changes and you do it then. Or you wake up in the morning and you'll find out that you're late for church or late for work because you didn't set your clock back 1 hour. So there are the times down there at the bottom that Sunrise will take place and sunset tomorrow. Yep. And I call it dark 30. It's just an old expression that I use over and over. Here we go. Somebody says, what time is it? Well, it's dark 30. When the sun sets at 4:30 or somewhere around there, uh, I call it dark 30. Yeah. So it's tonight. It's tonight. You need to set your clocks back 1 hour. Don't forget that. Okay. Now, let's take a look at the numbers from today. We only made it up to, that's not correct. I thought I had the right one. Hold on just a second. Let me find the right one because I want to make sure we get the right numbers in here. Give me just a second. It won't take long. Upload. Here it is. There it is. Upload. Thank you. And that was yesterday's numbers, okay? But here comes today's numbers, okay? And there, wait a minute. There we go. Okay, now it's correct. Today's high here at the airport, 60. 5 degrees cooler than the normal of 65. And the low this morning, it was chilly, 38. So far, we've only had a trace of rainfall, but some of you have picked up more than that, which I will show you in a moment on radar. But first, I want to talk about R&R Controls and our sponsor, who is at least let me know, and they're trying to let you know, that it is time to have your HVAC system checked before we get too deep in the cold winter months ahead. Here's another indicator that we're getting close. It's November 1st. And the time change. What other signs or red flags do you need before you will call R&R or go to their website right there, rnrhvac.com, and schedule an appointment for them to come out and check your system? What else do you need? Do you need a snowflake to fall? Do you need it to get down into the 20s? Below freezing before you'll give them a call? I mean, just do it. Just set something up. I would really hate for you guys to get into these colder months ahead and you haven't taken care of your heating and cooling system. Whether it's for your home or your business, it needs to be done now. And they can make everything more efficient for you so that when you hit the button and you want to turn on the heat, it works. And it doesn't stink or smell like dead critters. I've had that happen before. Or you hit the button and it's like nothing's happening. And you're like scratching your head like, what's the problem? Well, how long has it been since you've had your heating and cooling unit checked out? You need to get it done. Go to rnrhvac.com, rnrhvac.com. Online, you can book an appointment, or at least send them a note that you would like for them to give you a call on Monday, because it's Saturday and tomorrow's Sunday, and they're not going to answer the phone, okay? I mean, they're not usual business hours, as you know. But if you send them something on the website, first thing Monday morning, they will give you a call and set something up. Or on Monday, way up there at the top, dial the number 270-777-2024. R&R Controls 270-777-2024. Or go to rnrhvac.com Because with R&R controls, you'll never be without. Let's go to the radar. And here we are with the rain that is coming down. Now, it's not heavy. There's a couple of places close to Bowling Green, as you see here, say south of town over toward Plano, Woodburn. This would be going down 65 and 31W and 6880 toward Auburn. There's some moderate rain that's coming down. And then back toward, say, Todd County, Christian County, and then a little bit east of, say, Lewisburg, parts of Butler County, down toward Russellville. And then it looks like a little moderate rain just north of Brownsville and stretching down toward Bowling Green, just west of Smiths Grove. So, how long are these showers going to continue? Well, some of these will go through the night, and notice that they are kind of coming in from the south as, let me move this over here. So everything is kind of going in a sort of a northeasterly direction. The entire area of rain, though, is moving east. So this is moisture that got tapped into and a disturbance that is draped to the north of us. And the combination of the two is the reason why we're seeing the rain right now. But that's it. That's all that's happening. Let's take a look. I want to go to the models here, and I want to start with the current situation. This is the North American model, the NAM, and you can see that the NAM pretty well lines up with the radar. Here's the radar, and there's the model. Well, of course, it went back to 0. Let's go back to here. Yeah, so pretty well lines up. Okay, we go through the next few hours through the night, and yeah, we will continue to see showers passing through the evening and into the overnight hours. Here's 2 a.m., 3, 4, 5. Now, around 6 a.m., 5 to 6 a.m., along and west of Interstate 65, most of the showers will gradually come to an end. And some drier air will start to work in. Here's 9 a.m., 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. And things start to just kind of whittle away. Drier air takes over. Skies will begin to clear from west to east as we get into your Sunday. So it's not going to be a whole lot. It's going to be a fast moving system. Most of the rain is going to come now and overnight tonight. Excuse me. And then gradually begin to dissipate as we get into tomorrow. All right. So that's the way it's looking right now. Okay, let's go to the Kentucky Mesonet Network, and we can check some of these already chilly temperatures with the rain coming down. It's a chilly November rain for sure. Look at all these 40s now. Mid 40s, even a couple of low 40s. And I know what you're thinking. Is it going to get cold enough this evening that this chilly rain could turn into a mix or something else? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. It's going to be close, but there could be a couple of places that maybe get like 38, 39 or 40, but not much colder than that. It's just a chilly rain, but I don't foresee this being any kind of a mix. Now, there could be something maybe back far western Kentucky if some of these, like that 42, 41, they just dropped another degree. They're in La Center, Kentucky. That's in Ballard County, right on the Mississippi River. far western Kentucky. They could maybe something, a little grapple or maybe something a little icy mixing in, but not a big deal. And if it did happen, even here, it would melt before it hits the ground. What were the high temperatures today? Upper 50s to around 60. It was 60 here at the airport. Chilliest temperatures today were this morning, where you see in Bowling Green, we went anywhere from 35 at the Corvette plant to 38 at the Ag Expo Center. And that was under a clear sky, of course. And then clouds started to move in from the west, and that's why some of these temperatures out west are warmer. How about rainfall? Well, let's check. And so far, there has only been 0.02 of an inch of rain at the Corvette plant, nothing at the Ag Expo Center. 0.2 of an inch of rain, though, in Franklin, almost that much in Russellville and in Elkton. It was that much so far in Hopkinsville. So it looks like, for the most part, an average 0.2 of an inch of rain. Some of you could end up with a 1/2 inch of rain at most. I don't think it's going to be more than that. Winds were a little breezy today, but now they're light, say 5 to 10, mostly out of the north, as this disturbance is passing through the area. Little weak cold front disturbance, whatever you want to call it, is what's occurring right now. All right, let's go to the forecast for rain. And as you can see there, the dark green, that is an indication that we could see maybe a 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch of rain. There's a couple of little blue dots in there, which indicates somebody there along 65 could see a 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch of rain. But really, what's coming in tonight and early tomorrow is the only chance of rain that I see until next weekend. The rest of the week after tomorrow is going to be dry, very dry. All right, let's go to the maps, and I'll show you. There's the front that's coming through, high pressure to the east. We're getting those rains right now, and we'll continue overnight and into early Sunday with the front passing east and slowing down just a little, becoming somewhat stationary as a wave of low pressure rides along that front. But eventually, things will begin to clear out by Sunday afternoon into Sunday evening. Here we go into early Monday morning after midnight. Let's load that back up because it didn't want to load everything in. There we go. Some fog, maybe. That's what that yellow indicates. Some patchy fog by early Monday morning. Here comes Monday evening, and there's a front back west. But notice, no rain. High pressure is going to take control, maybe produce some fog or frost into, well, maybe not so much Tuesday night, but I think Wednesday and Thursday nights we could be cold enough for some frost and fog. There's a warm front coming through on Wednesday. Then that will be followed by a dry cold front. And so that's when I think we could have some frosty mornings heading into late week, maybe. But there is a warm front now. So as far as frost, maybe not. Okay, because this is showing much warmer than what I was seeing earlier. This is 6 a.m. Friday morning. Warm front with showers coming in for Friday. Light rain showers at first. And then as we get into a week from today, next Saturday, just a few showers. But there's another system behind this one that will work in by next Sunday. So we've got more rain chances to come, but much of this week ahead is going to be dry. I don't think we'll see much else in the way of rain in the week ahead. What about the blender, the model blender? Here's a look at temperatures. Like tomorrow, it's going to be only in the low 50s, possibly mid 50s, but not much warmer thanks to the clouds and the showers. And then here's a couple of those possibly frosty nights. I may have said Tuesday, Wednesday, but I meant Monday, Tuesday. And then we see a little bit warmer here, upper 60s, the trend to around 70, but nothing much warmer than that for a majority of next week. And then next weekend, we fall back down into the 60s and lows in the 30s and 40s. Which that's all pretty normal for this time of the year. I don't see anything really out of the ordinary coming our way. So there you go. That's your forecast. I was going to have some pictures or video. I've got both. Today I went with my good buddy, Danny Wilson, who lives in Glasgow. A lot of you who know Danny know him as just DW. So Danny and I took a day today and just went out seeing the fall colors. And I took a road that I haven't taken before. I'm going to post the pictures in the video, maybe not tonight, but tomorrow. For those of you who really want a scenic drive, 2-lane highway out in the country and just beautiful fall colors, I will put directions on how to get there because it was gorgeous. I'll have to say that the fall colors are muted here in much of the 270 and the Bowling Green, southern and western Kentucky areas. But you go further central and eastern Kentucky, more into the 606, and the colors are just wow, especially after the rains that we've had lately. But if you're going to see the colors, you need to go see them as soon as possible before the next gust of wind or next storm or whatever blows them all away. But they are beautiful once you head over that direction. But I'll put everything on my social media tomorrow, photos, and I've got some video as well. It's pretty nice. So in the meantime, enjoy the rest of your Saturday evening, your first day of November. Just don't forget to set your clocks back. I got to set that one back there and some of the other ones in my house before I turn in tonight. So don't forget to do that. And if you go to church, your pastor is going to make an example out of you if you forget. Well, if he's like my pastor, he will make fun of you from the pulpit. If any of you know Hillview and Steve Ayers, it'll happen, okay? If you show up at the wrong time. Some other churches are like that too, but we're all about that. You know, look at Heap. Hey, he forgot. Yeah. And I would be the first one he would point a finger at because I know better. So set your clocks back 1 hour so you don't get picked on. In the meantime, God bless you and thank you for watching.